Hi, right, I'm going to start my next video. I did do one for the tassel, however it stopped when I was about a quarter of the way through and I didn't realise. So I will just show you quickly what I made before I start this next. So this is the tassel that I made. I'd already picked out all the different fibres for it. There's all sorts in there. There's ribbons, laces, webbing, wool, and I've added some of the charms that I made, and I've also added one or two a tree and a little bead. There's a little cluster down here of some beads, and I just pinned those on to the webbing. And then at the top I threaded it through a ring and then just bound it at the top. And then this charm's just put onto the ring, and then I've just pinned it onto a bulldog clip with a ball pin, so that can then just clip onto the spine of the journal like so, and it goes pretty well with that. So I'm sorry I didn't get to show you making that. I have done previous ones on tassels. So this video I'm doing the next page because I'd done both of them with the edging on the right hand side, and I need to do two on the left side now. So this is the next image I'm using in the Enchanted forest. It's a cat creature with a tree. So one thing I have done already is I prepared the paper. So it's just a black piece of card, and all I did was I used the metallic Royal Ruby acrylic paint, just painted the whole of the piece of card, and then I just daubed on a little bit of the acrylic gold over the top just to lighten it slightly and put different shades in there. And then I used some more of the Gilding Flakes Cosmic Shimmer, and I just, while it was still damp, I just sprinkled a few on and then brushed it off, and that is what I have been left with. So it's got the odd few little flakes on there. So that is the backing that I'm going to use for this page. So I've got to put my edge on this side so that when it backs onto the owl, I'll put a dangle on the owl as well there. So it's just a little owl face and some beads. So that's on the bottom of that one. So when this one is complete, it'll go onto the back there, and the edge will be on this side, not on the hole punch side. So that's the plan. So I've got a few bits out that I thought I might try with this, that I've got left over. So I'm going to put, first of all, I'm going to stick this down, and I'm sticking it over to the left because I'm going to put the border down by the tree, but I really like this area here, so I want this to show. Excuse me. So this is where I'm going to stick that down. So I'm going to do that now. So same as before, I'm using Fabri-Tac. Just going to go right around the edges. I'm not going to sew this one on, although when I've finished I may just stitch down what I'm going to put on the border just to reinforce it. But I'll do that off camera because it is so noisy. So I'm going to take this right up and across, but just so it is still on the card. Let's smooth that all down. Okay, so that's our image onto the card. Now I've got a roll of this. It's like a meshing, but it's sparkly gold. So what I was thinking of doing with this is going along this edge here down the tree, but you can still see the image underneath it. So I'm going to get my scissors and just cut the majority of that off, just so it's more manageable. I'm going to, how's the best way to do this? I'm going to use Scotch glue, I think, for this. I'm just going to wipe my glue because I've got a little bit of glitter on it. So I'm going from top to bottom with this. I'm just going to stick the glue straight on here. I don't normally use Scotch glue if I want something to really stick, but I think when you're using meshing, it's probably the best thing to use, because if you try using Fabri-Tac and it just shows through. Okay, so I'm just going to lay that down on top of the glue there. Press that down. And now I can trim off the excess. I'm just going to leave a little bit hanging over the edge, but not too much. Cut it all off at the bottom, and at the top just trim that there. Okay. So then I thought I'm going to put a bit of lace on, but I am going to distress the lace, or do I colour the lace or distress it? I'm just going to go over with a little bit of walnut stain. I'm just to take the brightness off it. Let's see. So it's just what's on my dauber. And I think I'm also going to use my gilding wax, and I'm just going to dot a little bit of gold on it. Just a little bit here and there. It may not show up unless I hold it up to you. Just to give it a little bit of I want to cover it. I just want some little bits of gold to show on it. Get my wipe. All these wipes that I clean my finger on, I'll clean and I'll make some more flowers out of them once they're dry. I've not made any in a while. So that there, I don't know if the camera will pick it up. No, it might just, it's got a little bit of a shimmer on it. It hasn't got that brightness to it now. That's much better. That goes with that beautifully. Okay, so I'm going to run my glue down the back of there. And again, it's a little bit long, but that's fine. So I'm just going to come right up to the edge of the card with this, but so that that little piece sticks out still. There. Okay. So that's the lace stuck down, and now I'm gluey. Let's give that a quick wipe over. There. Okay, so I'm going to trim that off at the bottom and the top. that's, I think that'll just about be, you can just see that mesh over the edge. Then I made these. I was just playing around. I've got a load of tea bags that I'd taken the tea leaves out of, and I've got loads and loads and loads of these little tea bags. So I had a little mushroom stamp, so I just stamped the tea bag, got a piece of hessian, and then just sewn round the tea bag onto the hessian just with a rough stitch, and I think they look really, really cute. So that I'm going to put down here, I think, in this corner to overhang it. No, I'm going to come in slightly with it, I think, just so you can see the lace running underneath it. And this is what I cut off when I made my tassel. So one of my tassels was too long. This has had some bells on it, but it was a little bit too long. It's just a reel I've got of, it's a Christmas decor, I think, for wrapping. But it goes with this, and I thought I could stick that perhaps at the top there and just let these threads dangle down. I thought that looked really sweet on there. So let's just glue this one down. I'm going to use Fabri-Tac on this one. Just a good squeeze of Fabri-Tac on the back of here. I'm not going to go to the edges because the glue will show through. I'm staying behind the tea bag with it. Let's put that down there. Just let that grab. Then this one, I'm going to do the same again. I'm going to just put a bit of Fabri-Tac on the back of this. And I'm going to stick that down there at the top. Let that go off. And I may, I think, put a little dangle on the edge of this page. I may actually dangle it off the corner of there. See how well that takes on there. Don't press too hard, look, 'cause my glue's starting to seep through. So I'm going to take off, let's have a look. I've got this little, that's just off a broken piece of jewellery. And I was thinking maybe one of these little, I've got some little glass sleeves on this one. Yeah, I think I'll use a little glass sleeve. So if I just grab my tweezers, and again, just, I'm going to pop off. You never pick up the pair that you need. There we are. Wait 1 sec. I'm just going to remove one of the glass sleeves. It's on a jump ring, so let's move that. Just find where it's joined. I have broken some of these trying to get them off. That one's too tight. Not sure if they're actually on the joint. I think they are. Looking at that, that could be why they broke before then. Okay, so instead of trying to open that jump ring, I'm going to cut the link that it's attached to. if I nip in there, it's probably all going to fall apart. There we go. But that's the one I was after, which is the little leaf with the jump ring on it. And I think I will also, if I cut through that one there, let's release some more little dangly bits. And that there has left a little dangle of its own, which could be used. That'd be quite sweet, actually. If I touch that leaf, oh, I can't because I can't open the jump ring. If I have a bulb pen and just thread on little elements to there. There. And I think once that is set, I'm going to hang that on there. Or it could, I think it would be too heavy to go on the lace. Let's try. And maybe I'll just thread it through the lace actually. Yeah. Okay. So what I've done, I've just thread that through the lace, and then if I pull these down that way, there, they're hanging from the lace just at the top corner, and that'll hold on securely because that'll set. So I'm really happy with that. I will just go over with a bit of glitter, of course, here and there. So I've got this nail varnish. This is another glittery one, but it matches the colours. So if I can, if it's not dried up, which I'm hoping it, no it hasn't, this one's quite good. I'm just going to put some little dots of sparkle on here, and that is way too much. This is just going on where the little white dots are, like they've been in the other images. And then I think I'm just going to, just round the edge, the frilly edge of the tea bag, I'm just going to dot a little bit. Around the edges of there. Just move that dangle out of the way. Let's let that take and dry. And once that's dried, Okay, and I think that is that one. I'm not going to go too crazy with this one, I don't think. There. I am happy with that one. So that is the back of one of the others completed. And I still have one more to do, which I should do in the next video. And then we'll put them together and pop them into the book. So I hope you've enjoyed this video and see you again soon. Bye.